All right, guys, it's Dell with Omega Sports, and we are here. You might not be too familiar with our background. We are not at the North Hill store, but this is market leader Daisy here with Omega Sports. Daisy, hello.
Hey guys.
And we brought some friends with us today. We are actually streaming live in Cary, North Carolina, at Phillips Farms of Cary. This is the owner, Michael. Hello.
Hello. How y'all doing?
And then, of course, the reason we're here, we'll talk about this later in the show, but we're here for a fall hootenanny put on by Megan with NC Eat and Play.
Hi.
So it's going to be a fun show. We are actually like in an open air, beautiful pavilion here. We're at the farmer's market, right? This is you built this from the ground up.
Sure did.
Yeah. So you guys, I'll give you a span of the farmer's market in a second, but right now, 3:00 in the afternoon is the Omega Sports Show. We're happy to have you guys here. We're going to give you some updates of what's going on at Omega Sports, but we're also going to talk to these wonderful folks about a fun event that's happening October 7th, Thursday evening. It is a family, fun, safe, open air event called a Hootenanny. Who came up with that name, Megan? I didn't make the word up. It is a thing. All right. So real quick, let's check in with Daisy. Daisy, so it's a little bit of a different setup. Normally we're in the store when we're doing live remotes, but today we've got we're covered or surrounded by hundreds of pumpkins because it is pumpkin season. It is fall season, and that means cooler air, fun, temperatures to go out and run more, right?
Yeah, this is the time of year we all train for. We live through running in the summertime and bear all that sweat to make it to fall running and hitting our PRs. This is it. This is the time of year that's best for a runner.
That's right. I heard Michael over here chuckling because he's been working through the summer, getting ready for a huge fall season. You got a family fun park out there in the field. You've got a sunflower field. You are actually going to open your pumpkin patch this weekend is what I saw, right?
Sure are. Yeah, so get some good shoes to do that.
Yeah, there you go. So you're working it out. But for Omega, obviously, as we go into the cooler season, we've got obviously less daylight. So being visible is always an important thing for us. So as you're out there running at night, make sure you're staying visible. Ask your active play expert to help you to find the right gear. We've got reflective gear that's in the stores.
Oh, yeah. And lots of safety gears, too. We have this cool little Nathan's alarm that you pull the string and it's as loud as an ambulance, and it makes me feel a lot safer on my runs because I'm running through Durham
Yeah. Well, and Daisy, as you know, you've got your team over in North Hills and then all of our active play experts, we love this season because this is race season. We've got races almost every weekend. We kind of ended the summer, a little bit more of a delay when it comes to marathon and races, and we're now headed towards it. We've got our own race coming up in October, the Omega Sports Cannonball half marathon, and 5K. Daisy, are you going to be running it with us this year?
I've been training.
That doesn't sound like a commitment.
Depends on how well covered the store is.
Oh,
I got to make sure the store is good first.
Customers come first. But you got a fantastic new assistant manager, we hear.
He is amazing. Next time you're in North Hills, ask for Trey because he is such a delight to work with. I couldn't have asked for a better assistant manager. I think our team, not to knock anybody in the past, but I think our team right now is the most solid it's ever been. I just love every single one of our staff members.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yep. Of course, when we had you on the show last, we actually, were congratulating you because you were just promoted to market leader. You're now the store manager, and you've been without an assistant for a while. So you've handled it. You've hired more people. And now, because the world is shopping again, we've got you now with a great assistant store manager who comes with a lot of experience in the athletic and sports world.
Oh, yeah, he played football for Elon, which I think is just amazing. Coming from a rugby background, we have that in common. And he's just, for me, customer service is the most important thing. I can teach him about shoes anytime, which he's actually super interested in anyways, which makes it easier. But his level of customer service is just amazing. And I feel super secure going into the Christmas season. I know everything's uncertain, but I know on our end, staffing wise, we're going to be good.
Yeah, well, we'll talk about that in a second, but I do want to ask you a question. Your assistant manager, does he know how to grow a pumpkin? Right? We're going to be here at this Hootenanny. So Michael, you've got all these pumpkins here. tell us a little bit more about Phillips Farm, and then we're going to bring in Megan to talk about why she chose your location.
All right. Well, the general location that we're sitting in is it's a 50-foot wide by 150-foot pavilion. But the actual area expands way beyond that, especially for the Hootenanny. But we have the mums up here, a huge selection of mums, pumpkins, straw. We have two different vendors that we have up here during the weekends that sell. They're all local, so
Yep.
they're
Local vendors.
North Carolina grown meats, North Carolina grown vegetables that they can. Our store, which we call Busby's, was my great grandfather's name. So we have T-shirts and some stuff in there that we usually
Kettle
sell.
corn. You guys make kettle corn. Everyone in town knows about the kettle corn.
Yeah, and then we have a bunch of activities across the street that our corn maze, our family fun park, our pumpkin patch, sunflower field. So we have in our family fun park. It's kind of hard to go through. Megan can kind of elaborate on some of that. That it's a family fun park, but it's 30 plus activities that we have scattered throughout that are very entertaining for adults and kids alike.
Yeah, and actually, if you're following Megan on Instagram, or I should say TikTok, you know that she just spent a wild weekend here with your family. Is that right, Megan?
I did. It was so much fun. I can't believe how much they can fit here. I mean, it's a big space, but you hear they have kids' activities, but you don't realize that they have
Like
everything
Yeah.
that you can imagine.
And built with their own hands. I mean,
Yes.
this isn't like you just ordered it off of Amazon, right?
Yeah, no. Sometimes I wish.
Yeah. But you had a great experience over the weekend, and I know it blew up on TikTok. So I think we actually have the video we're going to go ahead and play that highlights some of the things that you and your family enjoyed. And maybe when we get back, we'll talk about some of those wild adventures that you had over the weekend.
Sounds great.
Yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at that video.
We're all in the same boat, fishing in the same hole, wonder where the same time goes, and money too, trying to fix the same broke hearts, wishing on the same stars. We all hope and hope floats, we're all in the same boat. We all been kicked and knocked around, but you ain't gonna keep a good man down. You can run like hell from your mistakes, but you can't hide from your truth. We're all in the same boat, fishing in the same hole, wonder where the same hole, wonder where the
Like a wild time. So you have two young boys, Dean and Cameron. Dean looked like he had a ball.
Oh, Dean had so much fun. We had to basically drag him out of here because we didn't even know what we were coming into. We just told him we're going to go have fun at a farm. And we show up and he sees things to jump on, things to shoot, things to run at, things to throw. I mean, there was something around every corner for him to play with, and he was having the time of his life. And honestly, Harrison, my husband, and I were too. I would absolutely come here without kids.
Yeah. I think I saw, didn't Harrison, your husband, with Dean, like shoot off some apples across the lake or something?
That was Harrison's
The
favorite
pond?
part. Michael built, I guess it's a giant slingshot.
Yeah, it's apple
Oh, yeah,
slingshot.
And held it backwards, launched an apple. You tried to get it into a boat, and Harrison made it in one time. They said he was only the second person all day that did it. So
Yeah.
he was very, very proud of that
There you go.
accomplishment. And we won some kettle corn.
There you go. And then I think I saw, I don't know if it made it in this video, but there was some video like every hour around, throughout the day, you actually will shoot off candy through a cannon all over the kids, right?
So it's
Where were you when I was growing up?
500 to 600 pieces, and we just it's fun. It's just a big air cannon. You just blast it up in the air, and it rains candy down on you.
Yeah.
So
And
it's
all the kids.
Yeah,
So-
it's real fun.
So Daisy, we're
Can
gonna
we go
borrow
get
that.
The cannon? Yeah.
we're gonna borrow that. And
Why isn't it here right now?
we're gonna
Fresh out of candy, right?
Yeah. Don't worry, don't worry. Daisy's going to go ahead and grab the cannon, and then in North Hills, we're going to launch it in our store, and then we'll just rain down candy so that people have enough energy to go for their training. Right?
Oh,
Yeah. That thing could get dangerous, though. We always make jokes. just family members or whatnot walk around, just aim it right down at them.
Yeah,
They can walk across the door, just have the door open.
There you go. There you go. Well, the reason that we've all come together is not because we're about to sing a little, show tune here with our little band that we put together. We're really here because all of us are going to be working and throwing a fantastic new event that's new to our market called the NC Eaton Place Fall Hootenanny at Phillips Farms of Cary, presented by Cheerwine. So if you've been following Megan or you've been following Phillips Farm, you'll know that we do have an event coming up on October 7th. And this is really a great world of pulling all of these local brands together. So North Carolina's neighborhood sports store, Mega Sports, of course, we had to be there. We had to participate. And Daisy, we've come up with, I think, a fun spin on how do you stay active and have fun with your kids at this event, but through a Mega Sports lens. Can you tell us a little bit about the activity you have planned?
Yeah, so we're gonna bring some soccer balls and do like a score on the scarecrow kind of game where you're gonna dribble through some pumpkins and
win some prizes.
Win some prizes. Take your best shot.
Yeah, well, and the reason that we're here because we're going to be with a bunch of other local businesses here. So, Daisy, as you know, being local is very important to a Mega Sports. So, being out and about with them, we get to see runners at races all the time. But how about like really enjoying a really cool evening? I should mention it's going to have bluegrass music. Sweet Potato Pie is going to be performing. Yes, I said Sweet Potato Pie is performing throughout the evening. And we're just going to have a nice, chill, fun family environment where it's safe to come out because it's an open door environment. How cool will that be?
It's amazing because we make such lifelong connections with our customers. They're not just customers, they're our friends, they're our neighbors, it's our community. So it's really great to get out here and not be, just focused on shoes. It's more just like hanging out and having fun with our neighbors. And I'd love to be a part of that. Who wouldn't?
One of our major missions is to help our neighbors and our friends lead active lives. So play more, run more, move more. It's all about that. And why not enjoy more, right? It's all in the spirit of good neighborship.
Maybe eat a little bit more too.
And eat a little bit more. Oh, let's talk about the food. Now, Daisy, I like where you're going here. Katie, I want to give you a quick shout out. We've got our friend Katie over there giving us a woohoo. Is that right? Is that a woohoo? Megan, now we couldn't hold an NC Eaton Play event without great food. And you've really created quite the roster. So tell everyone what folks could expect. Again, on October 7th, the Fall Hootenanny, presented by Cheerwine. Tell us a little bit more about what they can expect.
So included with admission, that was really important to us. We wanted everybody who came to feel like they could eat. So we've got V Pizza, one of my favorite pizza restaurants, making wood-fired pizzas right in front of you guys. He's got a mobile wood-fired oven. He's going to be whipping up some pizza. Eat as much as you want. We're going to have ice cold Cheerwine. We're going to have beer, rosé. We're gonna have
the rosé, Daisy, is in the hay, right?
That's important.
So we'll have a rosé in the hay as soon as you come up.
Got it covered.
Got it covered.
If you don't know what to picture, you just have to come because you don't want to miss it.
Yeah, and then we've got great vendors. I know you've got some folks that are, I would call your farmers market loyalists, right? You've got Sweet Tea Farms going to be there.
Yep, they're out of Rougemont, and they've got fresh beef and pork. We frequently eat that. It's if you've never had a fresh off the farm and know exactly where it came from, then you definitely need to try theirs. It's just a step above.
Yeah, they're going to be sampling. Folks will come and have tastings from fresh from the farm, right through great local folks that you can support, and then some great local restaurants. I know we've got Southern Craft Kitchen. Yep. Southern Craft Sandwiches. That's right.
Yes.
We'll be there, and some other great folks. I know Meat and Graze will be there.
Yeah, Meat and Graze, little mini charcuterie snacks for you.
That word. That's a hard word to say.
Charcuterie. There you go.
Charcuterie.
When's the last time you had charcuterie at a hootenanny?
Yeah.
Right?
Never.
We've thought of everything. Charcuterie, rosé in the hay, score against the scarecrow. We've got some fun things happening. And then, of course, it all gets washed down with ice cold Cheerwine because we want to thank them for being a presenting sponsor. Katie's out there. She's saying, I need to get mine. There you go. Get your tickets. Get your tickets. There you go. I think it got cut off.
There it goes. It's
Oh,
rolling
it's
up.
scrolling.
There it is. Tickets.
Nailed it.
Katie, we
Yes,
hear you
no.
loud and clear. We hear you loud and clear. So again, let's go back to Omega Sports. So when we get to enjoy being out with families, Daisy, that's one of the things that's the most important thing when it comes to Omega Sports, because it's going to be celebrating our we're in our 44th year anniversary at Omega Sports, being the neighborhood sports store of North Carolina. And of course, when Daisy and I took over and like we sorted across the country, it's still always going to be rooted in North Carolina. But it is celebrating our 44th anniversary coming in October. So being out and having fun with families is, I think, just a hoot.
A hoot and a half.
A hoot and a half. There you go. And Daisy, I know you've already been planning your Hootenanny outfit, correct?
Yeah, well, I was testing it today.
There you go.
I think I need like a vest or something, so I need the weather to be a little bit cooler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah. Yeah. So Michael, let's brag on you for a little bit. Let's brag on you and your family, because one of the things I don't want to miss is that this is your family farm.
Yep.
You and your lovely wife, Melissa, and your family, you've gone all in. Like, this isn't like you just decided to like welcome people to your farm. You've invested heavily in building a destination for families to have a good time, to have safe fun, to have hilarious fun. Look at the video that we did on TikTok. And really just a way for local businesses to have a place to come and interact and connect and engage.
Yeah. So definitely up here, this was created, not the Hootenanny per se, but the pavilion, or the farmers market is what we like to call it, was created based off of starting a farmers market to make sure that local businesses could get in here and really strive after COVID was real strong.
Sure.
So that was in my mindset, was to get this just to take off and have it a huge destination for people to come, not only just to buy local produce or local goods, but to have it as I would say an event space, a party, a farmer's market, and everything. So live music, beer, local food, our activities, our games that we can get out here, and we'll be featuring some games up here for the Hootenanny too, which will surprise some folks. That guaranteed that
Daisy's already hyped up about it.
Guaranteed
pumped.
that you've never played at least one of these games. So there's that. So
Yeah.
from an adult to a child, fun, small games that we can all enjoy, and it's going to be a good time.
Yeah, and Megan, one of the things that we can't ignore is that this is NC Eat and Plays, one of the most popular in-demand information-seeking brands that are on social media, local publisher, helping people get connected to loving living here. We call it local wanderlusting. Is that right?
Yeah.
You're celebrating your second anniversary. I mean, you went from the first year of really just, you were a young mom, married, just wanted to get out, do your own local wanderlusting, and then you created such a huge following that you've made it to year 2, and I don't even know if I could even think of the word, quadruple times 5. Like, what's the number? Like, you've blown up.
I grew fast.
And there are like North Carolina brands like Cheerwine that are here to support you and to like continue that local wanderlusting. How awesome is that going to be to celebrate your second year anniversary with
Really
a bunch
cool.
of great folks?
Really cool. And I know I'm not the first to do it, but I think we really tapped into something here in North Carolina, that people were just really eager to support local and just have fun exactly where they are. And I think that's why it was so natural that we chose Phillips Farms as our location for our first major event, our first Hootenanny. Phillips Farms was just the perfect location. I think as soon as we stepped foot here to scope it out, we looked at each other and we're like, this is perfect.
Yeah.
What they've built is just amazing. And it really is just a hub for local. It's a hub for people to come together and just celebrate local, not just buy local, not just drink and eat, but to celebrate together. And I think it really is just a perfect spot for it. And I'm really proud of what we've built, and I'm proud that we can work with them on it too.
Yeah. And Michael, you get to see it all the time. I mean, you have thousands of people coming through. We're somewhat new to it, but that doesn't mean that you don't have a loyal fan base that's out there that's showing up. We just may let their biggest secret out. Like, I think that's what's about to happen, is like everyone's going to have this hidden gem now that everyone's going to know about it. Are you prepared for that? Like, how exciting is that for you and your family to see this dream of yours continue to blow up?
It's good. and
It's scary.
It's good. It's scary, but I mean, we've gone from, our first year, we're 13 years now, but our first year with 4,000 people to 2019 and 2020 to plus 70 to 80,000.
Yeah.
So it's, I just don't. I like the big jumps, but it's difficult right now. It's from last weekend to 2019. We're already up 45%. So it's a little scary.
Yeah.
But I think I work best with when it's challenging, when I can adapt right then and there quickly. I think we can take it on. But I'm excited.
Well, and Megan and I know Daisy, I think we were giving you a quick tour when you first arrived here. This is what happens when you don't slow down,
Yeah.
right? You don't slow down. You don't wait for people to catch up. You just keep doing it, and that's what you've done. You didn't have to have a farmer's market. You chose to give back to the community this great, what I call a pavilion, this great location that has parking and it's just, you thought through everything. Even the vendors have a ceiling fan. Like, it's amazing of the things that you continue to keep thinking about. And it's not slowing down. You just continue to keep growing and growing. And I think when we first met you, you were talking about you switched over your fields, like from sunflowers to pumpkins, because you wanted to make sure that you can expand and grow and have people coming through here. Guys, there's a huge sunflower field behind us that I know Daisy's going to hit up before she leaves. And then, of course, this weekend you have your pumpkin patch, right?
Yep.
And who doesn't love a pumpkin patch? Not me. I'm just joking. I love pumpkin patches. So Megan, let's talk about the connection that you have with Omega Sports. I mean, one of the things that I'm going to brag about is that Omega Sports was one of the first local brands to reach out to you. Is that correct? Tell us more.
Well,
Nice.
I still remember the day that I got a message from Omega Sports on Instagram. And you have to understand, I at the time was still just a girl that liked to take pictures of like my burgers in parks around my house. And I was just having fun. I didn't know if I could really turn this into anything. And then I opened up Instagram and saw a message from Omega Sports, who I had been shopping with since I was a teenager, buying t-shirts and running shoes. And I told my husband, I was like, this can't be real. They want to talk to me. And after I talked to Dell, he just really came up with some really creative ways that we could work together to encourage people to play more and realize that you don't have to be athletic, because I am a prime example of that.
I didn't mean to go like this.
Yeah, you're really agreeing a little
I didn't
too
mean to
much
do that.
here. You don't have to be athletic. You don't have to have a lot of money. There's so many ways to play and have fun right here, right where you are, right as you are. And I think it's been a really fun partnership to show people that.
Yeah, I mean, I think the goal for us immediately was you were killing it in the foodie world, right? Like, people were just at huge numbers just starting to follow you. But I remember thinking, well, you know what? We want to be on the play side of things. We want to help people encourage. And at Omega, as Daisy will agree, we want you to come to our neighborhood sports store. We want you to come in and say hi to Daisy and Trey and all the fantastic folks that we have across, multiple locations through North Carolina, or shop online if that is your way of shopping. But more importantly, we just want you moving and enjoying life. And there's no better place, we think, than North Carolina, with their greenways and just fantastic communities, running club communities. Daisy, let's talk about the running club community that I know you're a huge enthusiast of.
Yeah, well, we have a run club at our store every Thursday. I know a lot of the stores have run clubs, so if you're not necessarily in the Raleigh area, I know there's a huge one out in Charlotte. Greensboro's got some. So definitely having a run club is so important to me as a runner, because it's that community that keeps you accountable. It's that community that can kind of help, pick you up when you're 5 miles in and you don't know if you want to come back. So it's just running friends. Yeah. And it's important, and it's so easy to make them. And I'm friends with people that I never would have been friends with. I never would have just like randomly met them on my own, from all different like backgrounds, ethnicities, ages. Like one of my best friends is an slightly older, I don't want to make her feel old, a slightly older Black lady. And I think that is just so cool that, little old 27-year-old me, she wants to be friends with me, first off, because she's an amazing woman. And I'm so lucky to have met her through a run club.
Yeah.
So,
Well, and I want to give you credit because we, of course, at Mega Sports has had lots of run clubs, right? Meaning we've worked with a lot of organically grown run clubs throughout the area, right? So we have a lot of folks that reach out to us, a lot of run clubs that start up, and they partner with us because we're all about that good neighborship and partnering. But what you actually did is actually reached out to some of our ambassadors and said, hey, we should start something on our own. We should have a program. We should help encourage people and kind of lead by example. And that's what you guys do. So if you're ever in North Hills and you see a bunch of people running around in North Hills on a hot day, join them. Why not? I think I ran into you guys one day and you were like doing 10 miles. Now that to me is not a run club. That is like you guys are training for something big, which of course a lot of your folks are. I know we've got King, who's our ambassador, who's going to the New York City Marathon next month. No, 2 months from now, right? In November. He's training. So he's using the resources that Omega has, both in gear, but also in that community of runship. To get prepared for it, right?
Oh yeah, I mean, King's in the store all the time. We have those amazing Normatec like compression pants, and so he comes in to do those all the time. A lot of other runners do. There's just that sense of community, you know. Even if he doesn't come in to buy anything, he still wants to come in and say hey and just be present. Today he actually brought his adorable daughter in, and we got to just like chase her around the store and play with balloons that we were blowing up. So it's great. I'm so glad that they're a part of it.
That's part of the good neighborship that we're all about at Omega Sports. So let's give everyone some details, Megan. So it is October 7th.
Yep.
That's the Hootenanny. So of course, we want to invite everyone out. If you're in the Triangle, if you're in the area, or you're looking for a great, safe thing to do with your family, NC and Play celebrating their 2nd anniversary here at Phillips Farms of Cary. Definitely come out for a good time. You can go to nceatandplay.com to get your tickets, to find out information. We drop some frequently asked questions on there. We drop some info, press releases, all that stuff, some information about Phillips Farms. So you should be well informed. Definitely check it out. But guys, you don't have to wait till October 7th either. You can come this weekend. Phillips Farms got all kinds of fall fun happening all season long, including, Daisy, a haunted farm. Is that right?
That's right.
And by the way, that's not an easy thing to do. You have to like rally a community of volunteers and workers that want to scare people.
Yeah. Yeah. So, you got to be a good character, I would say, to really want to scare, because it takes a lot. You can't just go out there and jump out, behind something.
What does that training process looks like? Like, what's the first day on the job look like?
Well, I've got a young lady who kind of manages that for me, and she does such an excellent job with it. But, she's really into it. So what she does is she'll get everyone like rallied around in a big circle and everything, and then they'll start screaming and yelling and doing all sorts of stuff that that most people would just be embarrassed to do. But she gets them going and riled up. And would you be here? Would you want to be in the house with the clowns, or would you want to be in the other house with what we call the gore house, which is just, it's
maybe don't bring your little ones.
Yeah, no. 12 and up, definitely.
Family fun park.
Yeah, 12 and up, definitely for the haunted. And a lot of people just see it as, it's just going to be kind of scary, but the 2 houses are extremely intense.
Hey, there's my wife telling me that she can't wait to check out the haunted farm.
Well,
sounds like a nice date night.
There you go.
The 2 houses are extremely in your face, very close. There's sounds, there's smells, there's animatronics, everything.
Yeah, I know. It smells.
Smells.
It's a scary smell.
Definitely smell. When you go into the pig room, it smells like pig slop.
Okay.
When you go into other areas.
Look at
Is
my
it
wife's
authentic?
comments like being deleted right now.
Yeah. It was actually in one of our barns that we used for years. And we went in there and just said, all right, let's make this into a haunted house. So we structured it up, built it, and it's about 2,000 plus square feet. And then we've got 2 old bulk barns. We did the same thing. That's now the Big Top Chair, which is Clown House.
So it's an old barn.
Mm-hmm.
So is it haunted?
It could be indeed haunted.
Could be, yeah. I didn't have, it didn't bother me when I was a little kid, but maybe now.
Look how you turned out.
Yeah.
If the pig slop alone doesn't sell the tickets, I don't know what will.
The pig heads, it's all that good stuff.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll have to, Daisy, you and I will have to probably put on some really good running shoes to go through that farm pretty fast.
Yep.
We'll do a Facebook Live of us walking through.
Yeah.
Kim says, maybe not.
Yeah, so we got, and there's also the corn maze, which is the haunted part of that, and then we have the wagon ride. So we've got 4 events that you can do. The one in the cornfield is not super intense, but the wagon ride is definitely just it's a show. So you definitely be entertained. But
Nice.
it's a fun time.
I got to say, this is my favorite season. I love all this outdoor activity. I love the fact that you can grab some friends, grab some family, and just go out and just have some safe play. And Megan, I know you're all for it.
Oh yeah. I'm all for playing and I'm all for spooky. So this is honestly just a dream for me.
All right. Well, so Daisy, before we jump off here, I want to just do another shout out for It's Cooler Seasons. Make sure that you guys are prepared. There is some great things coming up for yourself, but also when it comes to the holiday shopping, we do want to encourage folks. I know, Daisy, you mentioned this before the show. We do need to encourage folks for gifting this year. If you're looking for those great deals, don't worry. We may know somebody that can come up with some good deals so that you guys can shop early. Because why is shopping early this year more important than ever?
With all the shortages and everything going on, if you have something specific in mind that you want to get somebody, you need to go ahead and get it now, because how long until Christmas? It's
Right.
3 months from now.
Yeah, less than that.
It might not be here.
Even.
So try to be a little proactive this year. Go ahead and mom's going to ask for some new running shoes. Her size, it's the Ghost, or you know what you need to get. So go ahead and get it. So when she does open up that gift and all of her friends say they couldn't get theirs, you made her day.
Yeah. And I've said this out loud. I put it in some of our communication. I know the owners of Omega agree with this. If you're looking to support local during the holidays, do it early, because there are so many supply chain issues that are out there. This isn't to scare everyone. We've worked really hard to make sure that we are on the best side of the supply issues, but you got to get there early. We're going to make sure that we match up that rally call with great deals. So heads up, check your email on Friday. You just might see a Black Friday deal that you didn't have to wait a couple months for. We are trying to encourage early shopping this year, because we know that if you don't get it early, you're not going to most likely get it. And that's not just from Omega Sports. That's going to be across the board. And if you know anything about Omega Sports, we work really hard to make sure that we get you what you want, whether it's in our stores or not. Daisy will go into her system and she'll figure out what stores have it within our network, or she'll go ahead and work directly with the brand to get that customer the shoes that they really want, or any gear that they may want. So definitely help us help you when it comes to early holiday shopping.
Another good idea is to maybe call us first to see if we have something in stock, because I know you could be coming from a long ways.
Sure.
So with all these shortages, just pick up the phone, ask us real quick, and maybe I could get it sent over from another store for you before you even come.
Yeah.
So we definitely really want to work with you and, be as efficient as possible.
Great. Well, one thing that we're not short of is pumpkins. So let me just give you a quick little view here. This is the farmers market area that Michael was talking about. And there's Bugsby's country store. So if you are in the Triangle, you can certainly come to Phillips Farms of Cary. Give us some time stamps here. Like, when are you open? When are you not
farmers
open?
market portion, which is basically our pumpkins, mums, gourds, all sorts of little farm features that you see behind me, and Dale just showed you. That is Tuesday to Thursday, and that is 1 to 6, and then Friday it is 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. also. And then it's Saturday and Sunday follow our corn maze hours, which is our family fun park and everything. So Saturday it's 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Sunday 1 to 6.
Great. And then, of course, the Hootenanny is on October 7th. Come out, enjoy the Omega Sports experience, which will be Score Against the Scarecrow and some other fun things that we'll have planned. It's going to be a good time, guys. I want to thank everyone for coming to the farm today. It's been a lovely evening, or afternoon, I should say, out on the farm. And we're going to return you guys to your regular day. Make sure you follow Phillips Farms of Cary. Make sure you're following NC Eat and Play. Make sure, of course, you're following Omega Sports, but you know what? You might want to follow this one here too. She's giving you a run for your money, Megan. When it comes to the play more and run more and move more, Daisy's got a great channel for herself that a lot of folks are finding all the you've got quite a fanship happening right there.
Thank you.
Let's not forget about us walkers.
Us walkers. There you go.
Right?
There.
I
Yeah.
know.
Us walkers, not Daisy included. Yeah. So, guys, have a great day. I want to thank you for watching. Make sure you check your emails. Again, big news on Friday. Have a good one.
We'll see you.